Hi Flosstube, my name is Kenny and this is my channel Kenny Stitches. I'm also Kenny Stitches over on Instagram, and this is Flosstube number 33. Today is Saturday, March 29th, and this is part 3 of my WIP parade. If you have been watching, thank you for coming back and checking out where I'm at. If you're new, welcome. Thanks for checking me out. And also, I'd like to give a special shout out in this WIP parade to, oh, hold on. I don't want to mess up the name. She has been keeping count of my WIPs during this WIP parade. Crisscross 8985. Thank you for keeping track and count of all my WIPs. With the first 2 videos, we were at 151 total. I finished one in this month, so we're at 150. So if you want to see which one I finished, go over to my March update. I finished one from the seasonal video. So going in at 150, I feel like this box will break over 200 for sure. I don't know if we'll make 250, but Crisscross will let us know in the comments. So we're gonna dive in. First, like my last 2 videos of the WIP parade, I'm gonna start with the pieces that I don't have the cover photo for, so I'm gonna insert the cover photos here. I'm gonna start first. This is Mini Potion, or Mini Panda Love Potion, I think, from Heaven and Earth Designs. It's artwork by Sheena Pike, who is retired from Heaven and Earth Designs. I'm stitching this on a 28 count, even weave, easy count, 2/1 tent stitch. And this is where I am. I started at the top. I'm doing the no background version, so I'll just stitch the main artwork. I don't need to stitch all the white. Again, sorry if the zippering triggers you, but with this many WIPs, it's how I stay organized. Next, this is Tears of a Mermaid from Heaven and Earth Designs. My friend Sherry, Share Bear Stitcher on Flosstube, is stitching this with me. She is farther than I am. I don't remember. I think I talked her into starting this with me, and we started together, but here's my start. Or my progress, I guess. This is all, I think this is 823, I think. It's a big one. It takes a fat half. Again, this is 28 count Lugana, 2/1 tent. I try to stitch all of my full coverage on 28 Lugana, and I like 2/1 tent, so. This one is called Psychedelic T-Rex. I got it on Etsy. Not sure of the designer off the top of my head, but if you just search Psychedelic T-Rex cross stitch, it's gonna come up. Here's the cover photo. And again, this is 28 count Lugana. And this is my little itty bitty start. Again, I think this is DMC 823 that I started with. This one just fits on a fat quarter, so. This one, I know I'm gonna frog this. I don't feel like stitching it right now. And I'll put the threads back in my stash. I wanna use this fabric for a pattern I just bought this week from Stitches So Beautiful, but this is Once Upon a Fairy Tale from Amy Stewart from Heaven and Earth Designs. And I started in the bottom right corner, and I don't want to stitch on this. I don't want to keep going. So I'm gonna rip all this out. I mean, it's not much, but I'm gonna rip that out and use this fabric for something else. So I'm just gonna toss that to the side. This is Dear Alice from Tilton Crafts. It's retired, but now I think you can buy it from Artisy. the designer no longer was under contract with Tilton and Artisty picked them up. They have charted several of the Alice designs, but here's my start on it. This is DMC, I think 935. It looks black, but it's really just a dark green. And again, this is 28 count Lugana 2/1, and I am doing tent stitch on it, complete with Smokey hair. Smokey's one of our dogs. He's a Basset Hound Schnauzer mix. This one is still on the Q-Snap. It's Daydreaming in Wonderland from Jasmine Beckett Griffith from Heaven and Earth Designs. And again, it's 28 count 2/1 tent stitch. And this is DMC 310 so far, I think. Yeah. I love starting full coverage. I just don't make a lot of progress on them. So I have another full coverage WIP, I think, somewhere in here, but it's like bagged and with the cover photo and everything. So we'll see that in a little bit. This is a Lenarte kit. It's called Butterflies in Blue. And I'm using everything from the kit. It's a 30 count linen. Here's the cover photo. And here's my progress. I think subconsciously, I think subconsciously I bought this because it looks like Taylor Swift. But I love this. I need to work on this some more. I need to work on a lot of them some more. Next is Seize the Day from Heaven and Earth Designs. And I'm just stitching this on some random Ada that I bought at Joann Fabrics. And you can tell how old this WIP is because I have the edges taped. It's a small design, so if the tape doesn't come off or the adhesive doesn't wash off easily, I can just cut it. But here's my progress on it. I think this was the first hands-on designs chart that I ever bought. I have my iPad plugged in and I'm hoping I can make it through this and it doesn't die. I can't find a cover photo, like a complete photo of this. So I'll insert one of the mermaids, but this is the Shannon Christine Mermaids or Treasures of the Deep Sal that she partnered with, or I think, yeah, it's just the Treasures of the Deep Sal. I'm stitching this on 32 count Naiad from Under the Sea Fabrics. I finished one mermaid, sans minus the beads, and started the next mermaid. This WIP has been languishing for quite some time. I don't know that I'm gonna finish it. I have everything for it, but it's just not something that I don't know if I'll finish it. This is, I call it the Bonkers Sal. Yeah, Bonkers. It's a mystery Sal from Barbara Anna. This is one of my Year of WIPs projects. I was trying to see if I have the fabric tag. It's a Silk Weaver Solo, I believe. It's an Opal Lugana. And this is my progress. So it's like a Mad Hatter Wonderland Sal. Speaking of Wonderland Sals, this is the Alice in Wonderland Sal from Satsuma Street. And I'm stitching this on Avalon Opal Belfast from Under the Sea Fabrics. It goes like this. So I have Alice's little dress started there in the center. Not a lot of progress, but I did stitch more on this. I did just have the white apron done. I picked it up a couple weeks ago and just put in some of the blue. You're gonna see a lot of failed sals in this video. This is Alessandra Adelaide, Simple Little Big Love. And I'm stitching this on, I believe, a 14 count Aida. It's really soft though. And this is my progress. Again, this is another WIP I don't know that I'll finish. I may just frog this and give the fabric to my friend Brandy if she wants it. I could just give it to her and have her frog it. I've done that. So we'll see. It's just not something that I want to stitch anymore. This one, on the other hand, I'm not very far on this at all. This is the Peacock from Alessandra Adelaide. And this is on an Under the Sea Fabrics mist dye, like a test dye, or it has dye spots. So it doesn't really have a name, but it's an Aida. This was a Mania start many years ago, maybe like 2015. And it hasn't been touched since, but this is my start. I don't mind stitching on Aida. I prefer linen or even weave, but every once in a while, or an older WIP, I will stitch on Aida. Here's another failed sal. This is the Lola Crow Deadly Aquarium, and I'm stitching this on, oh, it's something from Under the Sea Fabrics. It's an Opal Belfast. I didn't even finish the frame. Here's my progress. I will finish this at some point. I love how it turned out, and I love how I just love this fabric, how it looks on here. I think the sal's gonna look great, so yeah, I will. This one and the Satsuma Street Halloween house are definitely kind of on my radar to finish. This is Brooks Books Wonderland series. So I finished, when they first came out, I finished Alice, Mad Hatter, and the White Rabbit on a separate piece of fabric before I knew they were going to be a series of 12. And now I've restarted the whole series. And I've finished the Queen of Hearts, and I've started the Caterpillar. The fabric is, it's a fabric from Under the Sea Fabrics that she no longer dyes. I think it's called Island Flowers. It's Opal Lugana, and I believe it might be a 28 count, but there's the Queen. And there's the start of the Caterpillar's mushroom. I always have like good intentions with this, of picking it up and starting it, and then, or working on it, but then I change my mind, which makes no sense because I love it. I love the characters. I love her design. I don't know. This is another Alice. Oh, hang on, technical difficulties. I think this is just called Alice in Wonderland. It's Cute Patterns by Maria on Etsy. And I think it goes like this. Again, I'm not super far. This was a Mania start too, I believe. This is an Under the Sea Fabrics. It's a Jobelin. I think it was like a mist dye or a one-off. This is Alice, Literary Alice sampler from Bendy Stitches. This fabric is, I think, Regency 28 count Lugana or Jobelin from Pole Stitches. And this is my start, my progress, I guess. It's relatively small. It's another project, like if I just focused on it, I could finish it in a week or so. This is, I'm not sure what it's called, Forest of the Red Fox from Soda Stitch. This is my progress, my start. This is a 32 count linen. I don't know the name or the dyer. I think it was just a random scrap I had. This is the Fairy Garden Collection from Shannon Christine Designs. This fabric is, I think it's De Moselle from Picture This Plus. And I started in the very center of the Fairies Welcome Here sign, and I'm not very far, but I mean, it's hard to see. There's darker stitching around there, but this is my start. This was a Mania start. This is You Have No Power Over Me from Fiddlesticks AU on Etsy. I'm just stitching it on white opal Lugana, opal Lugana. No, this is opal linen. But here's my start. The Labyrinth. Along with Alice in Wonderland, the Labyrinth is probably my favorite movie of all time, so. This is Oz from RETM. I'm stitching this on 32 count Looking Glass from Under the Sea Fabrics. And this is my start with my Flying Monkey needle minder. And it's charted in DMC. This is Tire King from Good Morning Maui on Etsy on an unknown fabric, complete with my Tire King needle minders. This is a 32 count linen. Oops. Again, I should just finish this one. It's a quick little project. This is Seasons in Spring Chalk from Hands On Designs. It was a magazine pattern in just cross stitch. I'm stitching it on 32 count knit, or no. Oh, what's the Stephanie fabric? Is it Abyss? No. It's the Slate, 32 count Slate from Stephanie, Fabrics by Stephanie. And here's my start. I'm trying to just kind of go through these so my battery doesn't die. I know it's plugged in, but the charger's not that great. This is Sunflower Manor from Hands On Designs. Again, this is on Slate from Fabrics by Stephanie. And it may go like this, but this is my little itty bitty start. It's like a window. This one I scoured the internet for to try to find the cover photo, and it's like the pattern doesn't exist. But it's called Peacock from Hot House Petunia Designs. And I mean, it's peacock. So the fabric, I don't know what it is. It's very vibrant though. Next is Cross Stitch Quest. This is Stitch and Baby Yoda. And this is, it's a Under the Sea Fabrics Lugana, and it has dye spots. But here's my progress. I figured I would just get all the black outline done, then I would just start filling in. So Baby Yoda's probably about half done. And then Stitch, you can see his little paw right there starting. I may keep that one out. This one, I don't know why it's in this box. It's really a fancy lady, but I'm gonna show it anyways. This is Queen of Water from Cross Stitching Art Designs. This fabric is, I think it's a 28 count Lugana. I think it's tarnished silver from Under the Sea Fabrics. I ordered this and I don't know, I need to remeasure. I don't know if she's gonna fit on this. It's a custom cut from Leslie and it shrank during the dyeing, so I don't know if she's gonna fit. This is La Amour from Madame Chantilly, and I'm doing a color conversion. It's charted with DMC 310 white and pink originally, and I'm doing 3808, 5200, and 3837. So here's my progress. It's a really pink fabric. I think it's a Fiberlicious fabric. This is the Folk Art Sampler from Tiny Modernist on a piece of Jobelin, unknown Jobelin. She's really cute. I love her little pigtails. This is the 2021 Fragments in Time series. Here's just a couple of the patterns. Like, I'm stitching them all kind of on one piece with the complementary border that they give out to do so. Fabric, I don't know what it is, but I started in the center of the border, the frame. So that's my progress on this yellow. I think it's an Under the Sea Fabrics Lugana, but here's my progress. This was a start at a retreat. It was one of like when I did the hourly starts with my friend Andrea, that was one of them. Okay, here's a stack of failed sals. These are all Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. Let me take the chart off of this one. This is the Woodland sampler. I don't know if, I can't remember if it was a sal or if I bought it after the fact, but here's my progress on it. This is a Fabrics by Stephanie, linen. I can't think of the name off the top of my head, but here's my progress. I have 5 months done, on to the 6th, so I'm pretty much halfway done with this. The deer, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I have 5 squares done. So I'm almost halfway. This is the Into the Jungle Sal from Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. And this fabric is Dreamsicle Under the Sea Fabrics, 32 count linen. So I have three squares done. think, and I'm still thinking about this, I'm thinking for August, I'm thinking about hosting a sal for August for my birthday month, where we work on abandoned sals. I'm still thinking about it, but I will let you know more if that's something people are interested in. This is the Arctic Animal Sal. I really failed this one. This is the first month. I didn't even finish the first month. So the fabric is Cosmos Opal Belfast from Under the Sea Fabrics. I am gonna stitch this without the square, like the signs with the animal names, because I don't think they need it. But yeah, there's my poor pathetic start. I failed at every sal I started in 2024. Monster House, the Deadly Aquarium, and the Arctic Animals. So this one has a lot of needle minders stuck to it, which I should take them off, but this is the I think it's called Under the Sea. Is it Under the Sea? Yeah, Under the Sea from Frosted Pumpkin. This one I did get a little bit further on, but this is Fairy Flight 28 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. All right, now we're into everything with photos. So this is the Curious Mermaid from Autumn Lane Stitchery. And I'm stitching this on Mermaid's Grotto from Fiberlicious. It's a 28 count Lugana. I worked on this month, so this one got some attention. I finished the top half of the pattern and went down into her tail here, so there's my progress on it. This is Barbara Anna, the Forest Queen. Let's have a black and white photo. And probably barely a start. Yep, barely a start. This is Keone, Opal Linen 32 count from Under the Sea Fabrics. I think I started this during COVID. Actually, I know I did, but there is my little itty bitty start. This is Alice and the Rabbit from, Les Petite. Yeah, we'll just say Les Petite because I'm not going to butcher the rest of it. And this is on Aphrodite 28 count gold Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics. I think, yeah, this is my start. That's one of her hands. This is Zombie Raccoon. Oh, let's see. From Raven Coven on Etsy. Raven Stitchcraft on Etsy. I'm stitching this on 40 count dappled hollow linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. Oh, here's the cover photo. And here's my start. I started this last year at the Tiara retreat, and my friends Emma and Jennifer threw in a couple stitches on this for me. just to get some progress on it. I cut down a fat quarter with the intention of using the other piece for another one of her patterns. This is Spring Quaker from Primrose Cottage. And I'm stitching it on purely primitive 32 count Opal Lugana from Silk Weaver. And I'm using DMC Coloris 4505. Kind of a purple green variegated. I think I'm going to keep that out, keep it close by. This is the Wonderland tree, Alice in Wonderland tree from Tiny Modernist. I started this in November at the Stitch Michigan retreat. The fabric is Seraphim Fabrics. Sorry for the crinkle. Seraphim Fabrics, dark prism, darker. So she like dyed the fabric darker. And this is my progress. So the top tier done, and I've moved on to the second tier. And the second tier is almost done. I need to finish on the other side some leaves. Well, no, there's leaves on this side too. So I have a little bit left on the second tier before I move on down. This is Afternoon in London from Country Cottage Needleworks. And I am stitching this on Autumn, maybe a 32 count Jobelin from Under the Sea Fabrics. There's my progress. Not very far at all. Afternoon in London, sorry, is what it's called. What's funny is I have the working copy and the pattern and my fabric, but no threads to be found. This is another less petite pattern. This is Mary Poppins. And I'm stitching this on Under the Sea Fabrics Opal Linen. I think it's Avalon. And I'm not far at all. I think that's the start of, it's in Bert's hat there. But yeah, I don't know what happened here. This is Cinderella from RETM. And I'm stitching this on Seraphim Fabrics. There's no name, so it must be just a one-off. It's a 32 count linen. Here's my progress. I'm very excited because my friend Karen, I don't understand the apple, but my friend Karen made Gus Gus for me to put here. So this little motif will turn into Gus Gus. Again, pattern, working copy, fabric, no threads. This is one of my Year of WIPs projects, which I'm doing terribly at. This is Alice's Winter Wonderland. from Little House Needleworks. And I'm stitching this on an unknown 32 count linen. And I'm using the DMCs. This is the Fabulous House series by Cottage Garden Samplings. So I'm on house 1 still. This is Santa's house. I'm stitching them all on one piece of fabric, and I'm using 40 count Oaken from Picture This Plus. I bought this at my LNS, and I'm using the called for with the overdyes, a few overdyes for each pattern, but here's my progress. I think with this one, I'm gonna swap out the greenhouse for the, I think they called it a colonial house, or it was the bonus pattern. So she released the 13th pattern in the series, and I'm gonna swap out the greenhouse, I think. This is Erin Elizabeth's Cozy Lane sampler. And I'm stitching this on Boneyard 40 count even weave from Bestitch Me. And here's my progress. I love 40 count even weave. I prefer it to the linen actually now. So for high count, the even weave is my go-to. This is Alice and Bunny Boy from Soda Stitch. Another year of WIP project. And I'm stitching up on a Die Stitch Love Joblin, who's no longer in business. I did put a couple stitches into Alice's face earlier, either earlier this month or late last month. But here's my progress so far. This is Through the Looking Glass from Bothy Threads. It's a kit, and I'm stitching everything with the kit, fabric, threads. I think it goes like this. Again, not a lot of progress, but that's actually a light blue. So a little bit. Off period. The sky is like really overcast, so I'm trying to get the best lighting I can without washing everything out. This is Alice's Book Club pattern 1 from Tilton Crafts. This was my birthday start last year, and it was my first ever full coverage full page finish. So I stitched this on 28 count Lugana, and I used markup for most of the pattern. I liked the markup. I need to pay for the full year, like the membership fee, but here's my progress. This is page 1. I'm hoping some of the white looks a little dingy, but I'm hoping once I wash it, it'll all come out, brighten up a little bit. I was really excited when I finished that first page because I've never finished a page on a full coverage before, so I shared the excitement with my friend Debbie. She is a full page or full coverage guru, so. This is Labyrinth Friends from the Little Stitcher. Sorry for the black and white. I'm stitching this on the Fabrics by Stephanie, 32 count linen toasted almond. So I have, here's my progress. I have the worm done and Sordidimus, and I've started Ludo over here. Super cute with all my Labyrinth needle minders on there. There's also a companion piece. I can't remember what it's called, but I do have it kitted. I just haven't. I was gonna stitch this one, then do the companion piece. So, but the companion's like the actual Labyrinth maze, and then Sarah and Jareth at the top in their ball costumes. Another full coverage that I'm not as far on. This is Pastel Dragon from Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Dragon Muse. Again, this is on 28 count, even weave, Lugana, 2/1 tint. Here's start on the first page. This was my Flosstube anniversary start earlier in January. This is Bath Time Pups from Luca S. And I'm using everything from the kit. And here is my start. So you can see the start of one puppy there taking shape. The little one with the ducks underneath him. This is Princess Mermaids from Soda Stitch. And this fabric, I believe, is the Fabrics by Stephanie. It's an Opal Belfast, but I don't know the name of it. Seahorse something, maybe? Turn this back on, let's see if it helps. But here's my little progress on it. This is Autumn Cloche from Hello from Liz Matthews. And I'm stitching it, I think it's charted. I'm stitching it with DMC. It's charted for MPI, but this is a Pole Stitches fabric. I'm not sure of the name, but it's a 28 count opal linen. Here's my start. I started this at a Michigan retreat a couple years ago. Oh, I have the name. It's Spring Confetti, 28 count opal linen from Pole Stitches. Past me took care of future me and kept the label. This should have made it into the Halloween box, but it was misplaced. So I found it and I will share it now. It's Hocus Pocus from Hello from Liz Matthews. It's just a bunch of Hocus Pocus. And I'm stitching this with cast iron skillet from Gentle Art on just a white opal linen to probably finish into a pillow or something. Again, if I just keep this out and finish it. This is, I started this so long ago. This is Menage de Alice from Nimue. I think I bought a pattern that is in French. I think they make them in English, but mine's completely in French. So this is the pattern, and I'm stitching it on, I don't know, maybe a 32 count Jobelin from Under the Sea Fabrics. Or no, this might be a Fabrics by Stephanie. I don't know. But anyways, here's my progress on it. Every once in a while I think about this pattern and I think, oh, I should get this out. And then I look at it and I'm like, I should put this back. There's a lot of color changes in it, but I don't know. I do love it. I do love it. And I know there's going to be crazy back stitching in it. This is Wonderland, the game from Prairie Moon. And I'm stitching this on a Monaco fabric that I dyed myself. I don't like Monaco. I think it's stiff. I think it shreds my fabric. However, I may power through and finish this. I don't know. I mean, I don't have a ton done, but I do have Alice done in the center there. I don't know. I may give it another go. I started this a long time ago. Like I bought this the first time I went to my LNS, House of Stitches, and I don't even think these were out of print yet. Like, that's how long I've had this pattern. Actually, I don't know what House of Stitches did, but they're a special thanks to on the back there, down here. So I don't know if maybe they stitched the model or framed it. I think I'm gonna try to persevere on this because I do like the way the fabric dyed. You know, when I tried my hand at amateur dyeing, I do like the way it turned out, so maybe I will try to finish it. Here's another, oh geez. Got threads everywhere. This is Mermaid Sisters from Soda Stitch. I know I have finished one mermaid completely. Yeah. And probably half of a second mermaid, so let's do this. So this little one's finished. And then I've started her sister over here. This is a 28 count Opal Lugana. I don't know the color, I don't know the dyer offhand, but the back stitching just brings these to life so much. I was silly to think we're at almost 50 minutes. I was silly to think we'd get through this in an hour. This is Little Pirates from Soda Stitch. This was a Mania start a few years ago. The fabric is a 32 count Jobelin from Under the Sea Fabrics, I think. But again, I'm not super far on it. I started one little pirate there. I think this, if I finish this, and the Mermaid sisters would be cute for my grandkids. One for each of them. This little guy, this is Wilbur from Teresa Kogut. I'm stitching him on just a plain white opal Lugana with 30 needle minders on it. Oh, jeez. This is why you don't leave needle minders on your projects. Here's my progress. I'm using all the called for overdyes and DMC as charted. I think I'm gonna keep him out and work on him. He's just so cute. And you know, also, today's International Mermaid Day, and if you haven't watched my other videos, me and Tyler Willett Stitches here on Flosstube and on Instagram, we're stitching Urduha from from Bella Filipina, and we're encouraging you to tag us in your mermaid whips and starts today, and stitch along with us on any mermaid project you want. This is a project I've actually been thinking about because I saw, was it Pam maybe from Just Keep Stitching? I can't remember, but somebody on Instagram was stitching it, and I was like, I need to get mine back out. This is the Moonlight sampler from Blue Flower. And I'm stitching mine on a 28 count Jobelin. It's an unknown, I think maybe it's Queen Anne's lace. I don't have a tag, but it's a big one. It's on a fat half. And here's my progress so far. I'm kind of, well, in person the yellow shows a little bit better. I'm gonna keep going with it and see maybe if I need to swap the yellow for like a more, I don't know, for maybe like one of the colors in the owl or something. I don't know. But in person, I think it looks okay. I definitely want to work on this soon. This is, it's an Alice something from Madame Chantilly. I'm gonna assume maybe Alice in Wonderland, I don't know, but that's the pattern. And I'm stitching this on 32 count, I think it's Sandbar from Under the Sea Fabrics. I did pick this up earlier and I finished her dress, the bottom of her dress here. I did get that done, but then it just, I didn't want to keep going. This is a Lena Lawson needle art. It's Marie Antoinette. And I'm stitching this on Iris. I believe it's called Iris. It's an Opal Lugana from Under the Sea Fabrics. I think this was a Mania start. It probably was, because this is all I got done. I don't even know what part that is. I know it's the center, but it might be your skin. I don't know. My friend Gina stitched this, and that's why I bought it, because it's absolutely beautiful once it's done. This is Serena Sprout from Autumn Lane Stitchery. And I'm stitching this on Elphaba Opal Lugana 28 count from Under the Sea Fabrics. And here's my little start on her. If you've watched my other parts of my WIP parade, you'll see that Autumn Lane is definitely one of my favorite designers, and not just because Cassie and Aaron are friends of mine, but I just love everything they do. This is the Fox from A Year in the Woods from Cottage Garden Samplings. I decided that I wasn't going to stitch all of them, but I was going to stitch the ones I liked individually. The fabric I'm using on this one is Stormy Breeze 28 count Jobelin from Pole Stitches. And I'm using the DMCs for everything. Here's my start, or my progress, I guess. I started this one a few years ago when we went to Gatlinburg for a vacation. This was the project I took to work on. This is Night Walk Down from the Blue Flower. And I'm stitching it on 40 count opalescent Looking Glass linen from Under the Sea Fabrics with DMC. This is my start. These WIP parades, I'm seeing all these things that I love and I want to work on, and like I should work on these, but then that doesn't stop me from starting all the other things I have that I want to work on too. So, but it is nice to see them. This is the Owl Forest Cute Pandas, and I'm stitching this. I am stitching this with their threads. I bought the thread pack. And I believe I'm using a 40 count Bestitch Me. I cut in half. But here's my start. I think it goes like that. Yeah, it goes like that. Here's my start. That's a 40 count linen, by the way. I don't know if I said 40 count. I didn't know if I said linen. Okay, this is Farmhouse Sampler from Erin Elizabeth Designs. It's all charted with DMC. And I'm stitching it on green tea 40 count linen. And here's my, green tea linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. And here's my start. Bring that in a little bit. It's a really cute pattern. I started at the top so I could just cut off what was left and use it for something else. I hate cutting down my fabrics, and Leslie knows that I hate cutting my own fabrics. I have been doing it out of necessity, so. This is Unicorn Tapestry from Tiny Modernist. And I'm stitching it on Hamlet 32 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. This was a Mania start a couple years ago. Here's my progress so far. Not a lot, but it's a start. this is one that I started, and I'm not sure I'll ever finish it, but it's the Mini Princesses from Soda Stitch. I'm stitching it on white Jobelin, I think 28, it might be 32 count. Anyways, here's my progress. I've got 2 done. I've started the frame on Jasmine at the top there. It's a lot. It's not something I'm crazy about. I was stitching it for a gift. I never have finished it, so maybe I'll gift it to somebody else or adopt a WIP or something. I don't know. We will see. This is O Feathers from Rosewood Manor. And I'm stitching it with the Sulky thread pack. I have not ever used the Sulkies before. I do like them. The little bit I've started on this, which is not a lot yet. How does this go? I think it goes like this, yeah. I'm stitching this with the Sulky thread pack. This is 32 count linen, de Moselle from Picture This Plus. There's my start on the peacock there. I started this and I don't remember if it was a Mania start, but I kind of want to keep this out. I'm gonna toss it to the side here, not in the WIP bucket. This is Sweet Bears. I'm sure you've seen this. It's Soda Stitch. And I'm stitching it on an Opal Lugana. I think it's a 30, I know it's a 32 count because I hate, no, I don't know. It's rough, the opal's rough. I don't know where it came from, but here's my start, my progress. I love the fabric colors. It's just so rough in my hands, like, I don't know. But I will keep working on it a little bit at a time. It's rougher on one side than the other, so the side I've started on, it's not rough on the top, but not my favorite. I love the pattern, just the fabric. This is the Peacock Keeper from Lindy Stitches. And it's charted with Classic Colorworks, but I'm just doing the DMC conversion because I'm cheap. And I'm stitching it on an Opal 32 count linen from Under the Sea Fabrics. I think this was a COVID start, maybe. I don't remember, but I'm not super far at all. I think this is Lapis from Under the Sea Fabrics. I love the pattern. I'm gonna toss this one to this pile here to keep out. This is Plum Street Stacks. The one I started, I think it's either the Snort Stack or the Sheep Heap or the Cows. I don't remember. I started this at the San Antonio retreat and my thought was, well, I'll stitch all 3. I didn't know it was gonna turn into a series of like 30, 20, however many. But I started with the borders and I was just gonna stitch all 3 in a row. And I'm gonna continue with these 3 at least. I may pull like other barnyard animals. I don't think I'll have enough room to do a row of 2. I might, I'll have to count and see, but I'll at least do the 3. I may be able to fit 4 or 5 across. So the chickens, I can't even keep track of how many there are, but The barnyard animals I will do on this, at least 4 or 5 of them. This one is another one I should really finish. It's Profumo di Primavera from Alessandra Adelaide. And I'm stitching this on a sugar maple fabric, who's no longer in business, sadly. This is a 28 count. I think they called it Jubilee, but it's like a Lugana. This is my progress. I should just finish this. We are almost to the end of this. This one is Cards of Alice in Wonderland. I started this very quickly earlier this year to keep in my year of WIPs. So it's on Wild Bouquet, 32 count Lugana from Bestitch Me. Here's my start. I don't even think I made a working copy of it. I think I just was stitching from the pattern, which I hate to do, just so I could include it in my year of WIPs, which now I'm not even, I would like to complete year of WIPs, but the WIPs I picked, I don't know. This is throwing stuff on the floor. This is Isabella's Garden from Lavender and Lace. And I'm stitching this on Under the Sea Fabrics Jobelin. It's a hand-painted fabric. I think it's called, I can't remember what it's called, Amber Waves maybe, but it's Leslie hand-painted this fabric. Here's my start. So it kind of looks like sky at the top and like a field at the bottom. And I think, I can't keep hold of anything. I think somewhere I messed up in these ribbons, and that's why I stopped working on it. I don't know. I'll have to look, but yeah. I think we have 3 WIPs left. And that's good because I'm running out of room in my bucket. This was one of my unicorn kits. This is Teddy Bear Gathering from Dimensions Gold. And here is my progress so far. I'm using everything from the kit, the Ada, the threads, everything. This is an old WIP. This is a RTO kit. It's called Glamorous Women in Fabulous Places. This is the London kit. So it started with London and I think Paris were the first 2, and now they were hard to find for a long time because I thought I lost the Paris kit in a move, and I did find it, but now I think they're still more readily available, but they've added a couple other places as well. This is my progress on it. I'm not super far, but that's her hand holding up her skirt there. And I'm just using the kit fabric. Again, it's old. I taped the edges of my fabric. Last this, I thought I lost everything that goes with this WIP. I'm just gonna do this so I can put the needle in the back. I thought I lost everything. I started this as a car project. I forget where we were going, but, and all I could find was the project. So this is the narwhal globe. I found it today, actually, the rest of the stuff. This is the narwhal globe from Bent Creek. And I'm using everything. It comes kitted with pearl cottons. And I think like 10 or 11 count Ada. No, it's an even weave. But yeah, this, I'm using everything from the kit. I had this in like a WIP bucket, like a bucket under my cross stitch table, but I guess put this with my kits. I have some Bent Creek stuff in with my patterns, but this was in with my kits. So I found it today. I'm very excited. And I think I'm gonna keep this out too. So, and work on that. I'll keep it as a car project. So yeah, I'm very excited that I found that. Okay, so that is everything for the miscellaneous box. I don't think I've missed anything. I think when my friend Brandy came over, we pretty much found all my WIPs. I put them where they go. So the next video will be my my fancy ladies. I hope to film that next weekend. It's gonna take a lot to get ready and get organized. Pulling the patterns. I need to put all my Mirabilias, make up most of it. They're gonna go in one tote, and then my Nora's, Bella's, and Jones will go in another tote. So hopefully I can get those separated and organized, pull the patterns and the covers and everything like that. I might start organizing today, so we'll see, but that's part 3 is a wrap. My March update is also uploaded. If you haven't seen that yet, please check it out. Feel free to share my video if you don't mind, and I will catch you in the next one. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you next time. Bye.